There's a moment in Fallout Season 2, Episode 6 that most people watched and immediately moved on from, but that moment may actually reveal the true endgame of the entire series. Not Lucy, not the Enclave, not even the Ghoul, a single mutant, a familiar voice, and a line that quietly hints at a war far bigger than anything we've seen so far. Let's talk about the Fallout theory that could change everything. Cooper Howard was never meant to die here. Let's start with the obvious question. Why does Cooper Howard survive this? He's impaled, helpless, alone. Lucy walks away. Narratively, this is the perfect place for a tragic death, a poetic ending. So why save him? The theory is simple. Cooper Howard isn't just a character anymore, he's a bridge. He connects pre-war America, post-war survival, and whatever comes next. And the way he's saved matters. Not by humans, not by vault dwellers, but by something humanity created and rejected. That alone tells us Cooper's future arc is no longer about revenge, it's about alignment. The mutant isn't a savior, he's a recruiter. The mutant who rescues Cooper doesn't act like a random wanderer. He doesn't ask questions. He doesn't hesitate. And most importantly, he doesn't speak like a survivor. He speaks like someone with a mission. When he says, "They call us abominations, but they created our kind," that's not bitterness. That's ideology. This feels less like a rescue and more like an introduction. The theory? Super mutants in the Fallout TV series aren't scattered remnants. They're organized. Ghouls and mutants are being set up as a third faction. Fallout has always revolved around two forces. Order represented by vaults, the Enclave, and corporations. Chaos represented by raiders, warlords, and lawlessness. But Season 2 may be introducing a third option. The abandoned. Ghouls and mutants exist outside every system. They aren't protected by vaults. They aren't hunted with purpose. They simply exist, unwanted, feared, and ignored. What if Season 2 is building toward a faction made entirely of those the world discarded? Not heroes, not villains, but consequences. Why Ron Perlman's presence isn't a cameo. Now let's talk about the detail that most people brushed off as fan service. Ron Perlman. For decades, he wasn't just a voice actor in Fallout. He was the narrator of fate. The voice that framed the world before you ever stepped into it. So why put that voice inside the wasteland now? The theory is unsettling. What if the narrator is no longer observing history? What if he's trapped inside it? By making him a super mutant, a being created by humanity's arrogance. Fallout may be saying something terrifying. Even the voice that once judged the world is now a victim of it. War never changes isn't a warning anymore. Here's the biggest shift Season 2 might be making. In the games, war never changes was a warning. A reminder that no matter what you do, violence repeats itself. But now, that phrase might be propaganda. If war never changes, then why try to stop it? And who benefits from people believing that? The Enclave, Vault Tech, corporations. What if the mutant faction exists to challenge that idea? Not by ending war, but by redirecting it. Cooper Howard's final choice. Cooper Howard has always lived in the past. Old movies, old values, old grudges. But now he's being pulled toward a future that doesn't include humanity at the center. The theory many fans are circling around is this. Cooper won't become a leader of humans or mutants. He'll become the deciding voice between them. And whichever side he chooses will determine whether Fallout ends in reconciliation. Or extinction. The real enemy hasn't been revealed yet. Notice something important. The mutant never names the enemy. That means the real antagonist of Fallout Season 2 hasn't shown their face yet. And when they do, it won't be with guns. It'll be with ideology. Thank you